class. This is Professor Thompson, and I wanted to do a rather quick video and show you the changes that have been made to the syllabus in terms of us transitioning from a face-to-face class to an online modality. All right, well, let's go ahead and get started here. So what I am going to do, I'm going to reduce the webcam there. Now, I have created a new syllabus. My contact information is the same. You can reach me via email. And if you'd like to set up an office meeting, we can speak via telephone or we can do a virtual office meeting. Okay? The textbook has stayed the same. I'm just going to go over the relevant information that you need moving forward for our emergency remote learning class. Okay. So, one thing to note is that I had to reweight some of the assignments because we're going to be doing discussion posts, and I also had to change some of the requirements for the assignments because we are strictly online now. So your social investigation assignment is worth 25% rather than the 30%. Your group project, the weight has been reduced for that as well because I've had to make some changes. One of the changes, of course, that I had to make was that you will not give that oral presentation in class. And so what I did was I reduced the percentage points for the group presentation because you're not giving an oral presentation. So what your group will do, you will still have a group project and you will put together the PowerPoint slides as in a manner in which you would present them. And the total number of slides is 25. The minimum number of slides will be 20 to earn a passing grade. And as I stated before, you will put together the PowerPoint presentation as if your group members will actually present it. And doing it this way, it's going to require a little bit more work. You're going to have to articulate more in writing some of your points so I understand exactly what it is you're doing, and also many of the arguments that you are making. Okay, and that's one of the reasons why I boosted up the number of PowerPoints. You can include different sized fonts. You can include images. There can be a video clip in your presentation. The video clips, they should be restricted to 3 to 5 minutes in length. Okay, and the same rule applies there, except there will not be an oral presentation. And I have provided an outline for the presentation, and please look at Blackboard for the outline. I gave you all an outline of what you should be doing. One requirement is that every member in the group has to participate. If there is an individual in your group who did not contribute to the work product, do not put their name on the list. And also, please notify me as soon as possible that you are trying to get in touch with a group member and they have not responded. And what I will do is send that individual an email and let them know that they have to do a solo presentation where they'll have to put together a 25 slide PowerPoint. They'll have to do it on their own. Okay, the other adjustment I've had to make has to do with your teach to learn exercise. Now, remember the teach to learn exercise, there was the video blog part that you post on Padlet, and that I still have. However, there was a second part where you made an informal oral presentation in class. Well, because we're not meeting in class, there's no opportunity for you to give that oral presentation. And so the students who gave their oral presentation, I'm going to award you 2 extra credit points that will be applied to your final exam. Now, if there are students who would like to earn extra credit points for the Teach to Learn exercise, what you can do is you can write a critical reflection paper on your podcast. And I have the instructions for the critical reflection paper posted on Blackboard, and I'll show you where that is in a few minutes. Okay? Absences. With an online course, the only, if you have an advisor or anyone or your athletic coach, I think all athletics are, all extracurricular activities have been canceled. However, but if there is some representative from the college and they want to know if you are participating, if you are actively attending the class, the only way that I can say that you are actively attending the class is if you are writing your discussion post by the deadline every week. So you have to be turning in the essays, 2 essays per week for the discussion post, and we'll talk about that in a moment. The next thing, the midterm and final exam bonuses, I have kept that part. You still have the opportunity to earn extra credit points for the class, both for the midterm and the final exam. Okay, now the midterm exam, your essays, I am still grading them, and I'm hoping to have those done within, by the end of the week. I'll just say it that way. I hope to have those done by the end of the week. Okay, now let's talk about the discussion post because this is a new feature for the class. So you will earn 100 points per week for participating in the discussion board by writing one initial post and 1 reply post. So you get 50 points for writing the initial post, and then you get the additional 50 points for writing a reply post. Now, the initial post is the question prompt that I pose to the class in which you have to write. And then the reply post, that is one in which you will read one of your classmates' posts and you will reply or you will respond to what your classmate wrote in their discussion post. Okay? Now, one thing about the discussion post is that number one, I am looking for you to engage the course material. It's not an opportunity for you to sound off or give your opinion on the matter. You must be discussing, you must be integrating the course material. Okay? Now, I've provided some pointers to help you with both the initial post and the reply post. Okay? And so for the initial post, one thing you might want to do is summarize either the case study. You might want to describe any social theory or or maybe key terms from the question prompt. You might want to talk about the theorist or the author and explain what their main arguments are. And also maybe discuss how the theory helps you understand the case study under investigation. And then possibly offer a social remedy to the problem. In your reply post, you're responding to another student and you have several options. You can discuss the theoretical advantages or disadvantages that your classmates cited in their post. You can suggest a different remedy from another scholar or theorist. And you can address a point of view the textbook author authored as evidence to expand upon your classmates' post. So those are some things that how you can answer. What I don't want to see, or what you will not get credit for, is if your response is more or less, yes, I agree with, or I thought the same thing. Once again, you have to return and engage the literature or the course material. Okay, now let's see. And for the discussion post, I will drop one of your low scores for the discussion post. So if you get a bad grade or you forget to do a discussion post for that week, it won't completely ruin your grade for that portion. I will drop your one low score. All right, so the grade distribution scale, it has remained the same. As I shared with you before, the weights, they are slightly different because I've added the discussion posts. They're worth 10% of your grade. The teach to learn and the group presentation, they're both 2.5%. And your big term paper, the sociology and action paper, that's 25%. And both of the exams are worth 30%, a total of 60. Now we're just going to scroll down, and as you can see here, we have the emergency remote learning schedule. And that starts on March 30th. And as you'll notice, you have discussion posts that are due. Your initial post is due on Thursday by midnight, and the reply post is due Sunday by midnight. Your sociology and action paper, that's due April 26th. And the group presentation, that is due April 29th. The last day of class is May 8th, okay? And if you have any outstanding assignments, May 8th is the hard deadline for you to submit that work and get credit for it. After May 8th, I am putting a 0 in the grade book, and that is a firm deadline because I have to get the grade book in order so I can post final grades by my deadline that the university gives to me. Your final exam is May 15th. It will be online, similar format as the midterm exam. All right, well, there will be another video in which I will take you to Blackboard and show you where the assignments are, and so you know where to find everything. All right, bye now.